Wolf Alexander here with another mini episode of Multiple Personalities, my show. I didn't go up to CCTV today, yesterday. So I'm doing my homespun version. And just want to talk about all the trouble we're in. A lot of it has to do with our misunderstanding, I think, of what we are, how we're made up. Quantum physics is helping us to understand what the universe is made of and therefore what we're made of. The idea that is coming up that consciousness is a function of the universe, and the universe is information which doesn't exist without consciousness looking at it. And when consciousness looks at it, it alters depending on the circumstances. Its frequency, its shape. It goes from particulate matter to waveform to energy, etc., depending on the measurement at the time and the consciousness that's measuring it. But again, without it, consciousness, without people like us, there is nothing, because there would be no need for anything. Consciousness. The observer is the only way this happens. But anyway, so since we now know that we're not just this solid physical thing, is very compelling, sensual, it's great. It's also a lot of trouble. It can go either way. It can go all ways, actually. By the way, all of what I'm saying right now, let me be clear, is nonpartisan. In fact, I really feel through with all of it. I am very tired of hearing about all of the stupid chaos that's going on. And I think it's just bad leadership. And I don't care if you're left, right, or in between. I think it's just leadership that is globally failing. And the empires are globally rising and falling, as they always do. And I think the empire idea is cooked, and we need to evolve. In consciousness, we need to allow ourselves to understand that we can evolve, that we can reprogram how we approach things, how we solve problems, etc., etc. We can release all of the stuff that doesn't work, that we've learned over and over again in many cases that doesn't work. And I think we need to do that. And if we don't do that, we get what we get. And right now what we get is a lot of whoo-hoo. It's no good, But as I say, I'm walking away from the big crazies that are running everything right now. They're going to do what they do. I can say what I need to say. I mean, I don't agree with a lot of things that are going on, and I have no problem saying that. But that's all I can do. I can make comments. I can sing about it. I'm working on some material because I'm going to do some performing before I shuffle off this mortal coil. And these are the things I can do. I can communicate. I can use words. I can use music. I can use writing to say whatever it is I need to say. Mostly what my message is come on, let's stop the nonsense. We know what nonsense is, and we know right from wrong, most of us. Right now, what's going on in the world, there's a lot of wrong in it. And we need to make it right. And I think we can, but you have to make the decision as to how you as one person, me as one person, wants to live, what we want to see, what kind of life we'd like to have. I'd like to have a life, as they say in the 12-step groups, second to none. And so I recommend this to everybody. Let's figure it out. Let's move on. If you got great tools, if you use AI properly, it can really help us solve a bunch of problems. Quantum physics can help us solve a bunch of problems. The people hiding the alien tech and the reverse tech that they've done We could sure use that. Um, I think it's very clear that that's totally in existence and has been for quite some time. And we need to have that. I mean, this is a fantastic story, the fact that the universe is apparently teeming with life. And some of it is quite old. And it may be that some of the oldest civilizations ever are responsible for the existence of our species and what technologies we have been developing sort of stem from there in the first place. I've got some reason I've got, Bill Clark calling me, and then I don't know if that's going to show up in this video. It's terrible. But anyway, this is what I get for doing this on my phone, right? Hey, I try to make as much use of it as I can, try to make it useful and not just a mind bender, a mind absorber. And in any case, these are the things that are on my mind. We need to do better than this. And all of this dictatorship crap across the globe has got to go. These people are stupid. They're just bad at leading, but it's kind of, they're going to the ways we know best, which is with a solitary leader and an empire. This is what the species knows best up to this point. Democracy was a huge radical idea, still is, and some decent attempts have been made here with it, but it has not really succeeded, and so people are backing away from it. But I say that the ideals of it are wonderful. I think being able to be free and being able to feel secure wherever you are, and being able to expand to whatever your best self is, I think there's no reason for anybody to say they don't like that. And if asked, I think most people would say, yeah, let's do that, Let's have some love, some peace, some joy, some expansion. It's what we need. So anyway, that's all I have for today. Much love. Take care.